What's up, guys? What you're watching is half of an overrun gameplay from a private lobby I had. I'm just showcasing the Locust. If I showed the COG, it would have been a 26-minute match. 12 minutes is plenty enough, so in the future, if and when I do show overrun videos, I will probably break them down in two if I show complete matches, because 26 minutes, even for me, is just too much to watch. And this video is kind of going to go all over the place and talk about a couple trends that I see, clear up maybe a couple misconceptions about my channel, as well as what I want to do with my channel. But before we start, I'll say that the map is Terminal. We also got a new map recently, Dreadnought. I think Epic needs to focus a little less on overrun maps as they do so on traditional multiplayer maps, and the reason for that is not only do people play traditional more, but the depth of gameplay in overrun means that you really don't need all these extra maps, whereas I would argue traditional multiplayer is in dire need of extra maps. And it kind of sucks because the new maps that have come out, I can't even play other than quick or private matches. So being somebody who only plays ranked, I'm stuck with the same 5 maps, which really makes things stale. And this is kind of going to lead into the first thing I want to talk about, which is a common trend I'm seeing on YouTube. I'm sure many of you are, and that would be the reduction of content being posted in specifically for Gears by YouTubers, or the complete stop of content being posted. And I guess I'll just say why I think that is. So in terms of content reduction, that goes hand in hand with there's just not too much content in Gears of War Judgment, which makes it hard for, say, somebody like me to have the motivation to constantly play Gears of War Judgment, because I feel like I'm only going to produce as much as I have, as the game has to offer, which isn't as much as I would have liked it to be. And what I mean by that is after I cycle through all the maps, which, like I said, is 5 for traditional multiplayer, for me when I'm playing ranked, I've had enough, and it's time for me to take a break. And normally I go to overrun. Lately I've been playing some some other games, which I'll talk about in a sec. And I think that's what a lot of YouTubers are feeling. There's just not enough to keep them coming back for more. Now, the complete stop of content, you're seeing this, a lot of bigger YouTubers actually, you're seeing this, they don't like posting Gears Judgment, and they flat out say, you know, the Gears Judgment's not what they wanted it to be, and they're not going to post content for it because they don't enjoy it. I think that's a perfectly acceptable stance, because if you're running a gaming channel, this is not a career, it's a hobby. So if it's not fun, maybe it's time to put it down. And I also think that the notion that you like the Gears of War series but you don't like Gears of War Judgment is acceptable too. I do like Judgment personally. Like I said, it just needs a little more content. I think the gameplay is fun. I would say that Gears 3 is my favorite Gears game, but I still think Gears Judgment is good. But the reality is it's a lot different than what a lot of people wanted from a Gears of War title, which has driven them away. But I am confident that if there's going to be another Gears game, they'll get it just right, given the response they've had from the community. But it really is a shame to see less people posting for Gears, or just less videos overall. It seems like there's less of a demand. I know a lot of people don't really want to pump out tips and tricks and this and that, just because they don't really think people would want to watch it, and those kind of videos take a lot of effort just for people to kind of complain. Mind you, I actually feel like I have a good fan base, and you guys are pretty receptive, and everybody tends to be pretty liberal and kind-hearted on my channel. But now I wanted to talk about what I wanted to do with my channel, because like I said, I've been playing some other games. I want to clear up a misconception, and that would be that all I play is Gears. And I will say that Gears is my most played game, always will be, always has. And if you remember a while back, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I actually posted a Halo video called Acquiring My Halo, where I was basically trying to go on the road to becoming very good at Halo, because I like shooters in general. Third-person shooters are the most, I'd say, and then first-person shooters. But I stopped, and that was because at the time I was in university, and that meant there were points where I had maybe 20 minutes a week to play. So when you have 20 minutes a week to play, you tend to invest it in things you have the most fun in, and it really gives you an appreciation for the time you have when you're just buried in assignments. So instead of playing Halo, I would play Gears, and after a while, you know, I hadn't played Halo for so long, so that's the reason I stopped with Halo. I actually quite enjoy Halo. And another thing worth pointing out is when I got my capture card, I only played Gears, mainly because what I was thinking when I got my capture card was I have something to offer with Gears. I know I can make things for Gears because I know the game very well. I'm not sure if I can do that for other games. So I basically stuck with Gears. I was just so excited to start getting out videos. It was really tough at the beginning, I'll say, but it gets easier as you go along. So the reason I say this is because I'm planning on posting some other games that I like to play. Now, before I even get into that, I will say this right away. Gears is still going to be the bulk of my channel, always has. It is disappointing to see some of the people that you keep up with, just because some people consider gamers to have their roots, so technically my roots would be Gears. That's where I started, and that's what people are going to want to see consistently from me. And if you're running a gaming channel, by all means, run it however you want, but I mean, I do want to stay true to my roots, probably more so for Overrun, I'll be honest. I'm feeling like a lot of my inspiration to make any Gears videos is coming from Overrun, just because it's so friggin' fun. So hopefully you guys will like that if I put out some Overrun videos. But I wish some other YouTubers would put a Gears video up now and then, even if they're not the biggest fan of Judgment, even if it's for Gears 3, because I know some people are going back. But other than that, I wanted to start a new series where I take games that I basically grew up with and maybe show one gameplay for them and have a random talk that everybody can relate to. So it could be anything, maybe about the Xbox 720 or just about my vision of success, just something to give me a break from, or to give us a break from Gears. So I wanted to also run by the games that I grew up playing, and you can let me know if any of you play these, and if you do, much respect. I grew up playing very simple games, so I'm going to have to throw out Doom, Doom 2, and Duke Nukem 3D. All those arcade games, those were literally the best. And Perfect Dark, not Perfect Dark Zero, Perfect Dark. I love that old school crap, and you'll probably see that. Puzzle games are okay too, but I just tend to stick to shooters. What else do I play? Battlefront and Battlefront 2 were huge for me. Maybe as huge as Gears, because I would say that game really got me into gaming. I don't know what it was about that game, but if there was a Battlefront 3, I'd be all over that. Halo 4, obviously. Left 4 Dead, because zombie apocalypses are always super nice. And what else do I have? Mass Effect 3. That is an incredible game. If you don't have that, you should pick it up. I'm a sucker for that kind of crap, because I firmly believe in time we will discover other beings, intelligent or not, on another planet, but we'll probably all be dead by then, which is kind of depressing. I'll just save this for another talk in general. And I'm sure Mirror's Edge, that's the last game I'll mention, because I love parkouring and I think it's friggin' awesome. So those are just some games that I actually put quite a bit of time into, some more than others. Been putting a lot more time into Halo 4 since it is a competitive shooter in my eyes, although some of you might disagree. I'm not a Halo franchise huge kid on, so I'm not really sure. I hear after Reach a lot of people were just disappointed with the way it went. But basically, the plan is to upload one of those videos a week alongside my gear stuff, so you can get to know me a little more, because sometimes I feel like I have a stick up my ass when I make these videos, just because the way I try to produce my Gears content is in a way where I'm really concise, to the point, informative, so quote unquote professional like. So it's really easy for people to get the underlying concept of each video, because Gears can be a really hard game to learn, and that's one of the things that I think kept the community from growing off the bat. I know a lot of my friends would buy it and they just didn't want to put the time to it, because it's too friggin' hard. But once you get past the learning curve, we all know how much fun this game can be. So the idea behind my channel was to make the learning curve a little bit easier for some of the people, and have fun doing it, because I'll be honest, I enjoy making videos more than I do playing the game, but I do enjoy playing the game. That actually brings up another little random side note in my head, which is funny, but I don't know about you guys. Some of the commentators that I currently watch, I almost don't even care what gameplay they put up. So it's kind of funny how much of your audience you can lose when you post a new video for a different game, when in reality I find that when I'm watching, say, a Gears commentator, I'm not even really watching their gameplay. I'm just listening to hear what they have to say. So That's something I think you should consider, because if you're on the same page as I am there, that really means that you care more about what the commentator has to say than their actual gameplay. So I will literally be subconsciously watching their gameplay. At this point, if you are subconsciously watching my gameplay, you're not breaking it down or understanding what's really happening, that kind of proves my point. Mind you, when I did upload a Halo video, I actually got quite a bit of support, and you shouldn't watch anything you don't like to watch, but if you like shooters, I'm sure we'll be pretty like-minded when it comes to the kind of shooters we're talking about. And that's pretty much going to sum up all the main points I wanted to say. So it has been a week and a couple days since I posted a video. Not a huge amount of time, but definitely more time than I normally leave, and it's summer, so I have lots of time. But if the motivation's not there to make a video, and you make a video, normally the quality of the video is just not going to be up to par with the rest of your stuff. So hopefully what I'm going to be doing is I'll pump out a random video after this sometime, and then I want to get some overrun stuff out, because I'm getting pretty proficient with the classes, especially the locust classes. So I can definitely make some fun tips and tricks for that, maybe show you guys some stuff you didn't know. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, if you haven't already, you can be in these private lobbies helping me make some of these videos, or just featuring in it. You can see everybody here. You've probably seen most of these faces on my friends list, so it's just a really nice environment to play in. You don't have angry people, it's just friends playing friends, and it still gets really heated and competitive just because of the nature of Overrun, which is why I always say it's a shame more people don't play the game type. So that is going to sum up what I have to say. The last thing I'm going to ask is what good games are coming out in terms of shooters. I know Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out. I'm not really sure if that's my game. As much of a little bitch as this makes me sound, I think that game is too hardcore for me. I think I was talking to this about Presto. So I'm not sure if that's too over the top for me. But I know the Xbox is being announced soon, so that's big news. But I am looking to just buy another shooter that I could have a lot of fun with, but it seems a little hard to find at the moment, so I might have to wait. Anyway, I will leave you to watch the last little bit of this. If you've watched all the way to this, you are my #1 subscriber, and I love you guys. Take care, and I will see you soon.